while South Africa says the United States pressured France to withdraw his invitation. French officials have denied this, saying Kenya was invited instead. Channel Africa News, I'm Onele Tsinsi.
SABC News. The African Perspective. On the Move with Benjamin and Palesa every weekday on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Hey, it's a Friday. Thanks to Peter and thanks to Asanda. We're going to get things going until midday Central African time right here on Channel Africa. It's Art Friday.
Yay.
Culture Friday. That's what we like doing. Today we're going to be looking at experiencing art. It's always something that we love doing, right? We're going to explore how alternative spaces are shaping the way that we experience art and why creating outside the conventional gallery system is becoming more powerful. And then we're also going to be looking at something interesting in the second hour. We're going to be looking at new genres, and many began with what happened to the question of Kwaito. And we're going to be looking at new platforms that are reigniting this particular conversation, hosted by Sbu Maloya. The Kind podcast, short for Kwaito is Not Dead. It is positioning itself as more than just a show, but a cultural revival. So we're going to be finding out, is there still a space for old genres in the midst of the new genres that we are seeing today? And of course, we have our artist profile.
Nomfundo Mo.
Oh, yes.
So that's going to be a fun one indeed. Do join us at Channel Africa 1 on all our social media platforms. Welcome to On The Move.
I'm not moved by what I see. I know who I be. I just want my peace, make money, yeah. I go get everything I need in my own timing. Koni kojami, koni DJ. So many people deny. Oluwa don't go sign. Can't believe this my life. Everything come align. They look at me so surprised. Shamadelo don't buy. I know it's hurting your pride. Believe me, I don't mind. Party no they stop when we pop. Yeah, we have plenty spending like it's nothing. Party no they stop when we pop. Yeah, we have plenty spending like it's nothing.
Say me I know they worry, cause Oluwa don't consign me. I know they put my foot, no consign me. Kinda slow, but I'm always on timing. Say my eyes don't see many things, see me Ogbadura for time. If you see the hate, you need therapy. Good vibe, nobody energy, yo. Aje, tibaja de ton, ayan waja. Tibati fe mule na banga. Me where I don't, I don't paga. I go get time for wala. Found get we fine like Rihanna. Spend it like a big Cubana. Live out to Tony Montana. Original not made in China.
Party no they stop when we pop. Yeah, we have plenty spending like it's nothing. Party no they stop when we pop. Yeah, we have plenty spending like it's nothing.
Party No Day Star by Adekunle Gold. Lovely one for a Friday version of On The Move. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more conversation.
The rhythm of Africa. The pulse of the continent. This is Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Es-tu préoccupé par quelque chose? Es-tu passionné par les questions qui comptent? As-tu une voix qui mérite d'être entendue? Eh bien, nous avons la plateforme parfaite pour toi. Téléphone-nous ou fais-nous un WhatsApp au +27 66 408 87 42 et nous te rappellerons. Sois dans la conversation.
Salut Channel Africa, ici Beno le diamant rouge aka Binales Sport depuis le Cameroun, le pays des lions.
Voilà.
Sois dans la conversation. Il ne s'agit pas seulement de parler, mais c'est ta chance d'exprimer ton point de vue, de partager tes opinions et de t'engager avec une communauté qui valorise ton avis. Suivez-nous sur les réseaux sociaux, visitez notre site www.channelafrica.co.za et préparez-vous à partager vos points de vue sur Channel Africa, la perspective africaine.
Benjamin Moshatama and Palesa on the move.
All right, we are going to be talking about different ways of experiencing art. We know that there are the traditional ways, galleries, exhibitions. They're kind of curated for a particular audience. But what happens when you remove it from the more conventional ways? In Sekgakwaneng village in South Africa's North of West province, a group exhibition called Experiment, Introduce, Enjoy is doing exactly that. Bring art into a lived space, a home where people don't just view the work, but sit with it, talk about it, eat up together, and experience it as part of everyday life. We explore how alternative spaces like this are reshaping the way we experience art, and why creating outside the conventional gallery system is becoming a powerful form of artistic independence. Ntogozo Langa joins us on the line, who is an art curator and art dealer of South African contemporary art. It's good having you back. It's always cool chatting to you. How are you doing, mate?
I'm well. How are you doing?
Good. Tell us a little bit about this one. You always are trying to create that accessibility to this art experience. What are you getting up to now?
So what we're getting up to now, and it ought to be said that it's not something that we set out to do, my wife and I. It's essentially something that happened out of realizing a need. So for one, we have this homestead in Sekgakwaneng, which is a village in the northwest, so that's where I'm from. So my wife and I built a home there, and over time we've amassed art that we've put up in this space. And as more and more people visit, it became evident that it offers an experience that is very unique, an experience that feels natural and organic. And over time, we just decided to put together an exhibition that will draw people outside of Johannesburg into a more village space, but also give natives of the village, the community, an opportunity to engage with art. Firstly, for them to understand what art is, what an exhibition is. And really, this has shown to have far-reaching consequences where, the people that have always been deemed as creatives within the village are now feeling valued because they're like, this is what I've been talking about. This is what I'm to be part of. So essentially, that's sort of like the groundwork of what we've been up to.
Mm-hmm. This is incredible because most people who acquire art do it for their own eye. They fill their homes with it, but it is closed up to that particular space and the people who have access into that. And you guys created a home, but a home that wasn't just for you, a home that was accessible to many to experience the things that you guys love, but also teaching people about, how art can be curated and how art can be, taken in. Why is it that you decided that you would turn something as personal as a home into a public exhibition space, but where people can actually come in and almost experience living with you in the space?
Yeah, and look, thank you for that question, because as you were speaking about it, I was thinking about the vulnerability that it takes to open up your home. My wife and I had to have long discussions about this. My mom at some point sat me down and was like, I know this is what you like, but are you sure that you want to open up your home? And, it's absolutely true. Usually when art is purchased, it's almost as if it goes to die in a closet somewhere. And in this case, it's one, we'll be showcasing our personal collection. Secondly, other artists are going to showcase their works. So for example, there's an artist who's a ceramist who will actually do the firing of the ceramic work within the land, right? So they're revisiting what Bonkgono used to do and how they made ceramics and bowls and all of that. So this journey of opening up our home is important because I think if we were to achieve anything in this life, it needs to be, it needs to have authenticity. We need to put ourselves at certain uncomfortable spaces, vulnerability as well, to really achieve and make a difference. And if it might be said that way, to us, that is our sacrifice. And that sacrifice becomes converted into a gift to us as well through the engagement that the community brings into this space. So it's been a, like I said, vulnerable, but also very beautiful to witness as I've realized some other artists are like, always wanted to do a solo exhibition, but I don't feel like anyone would articulate my work in the way that I would. And this sort of concept has now put me in a position where I realize that I can gain some sort of independence in how I exhibit my own work in spaces that I organically or originally exist from.
And so let's talk about that. I mean, how different is it when you actually have an exhibition in your own home, because that's a personal space, but I'm sure it also makes it a little bit more realistic and creates that interaction between the living and the art itself, because I think sometimes we love observing art, but as someone who has a bit of art in my home, I sometimes have to kind of I don't look at my art all the time. I don't wake up looking at it and kind of remembering it that it's there. It's just there. And I enjoy it that it's there. But at times I think we forget that art is also there to be present in our lives and not always to be observable. I don't know if I make sense, but it's can be integrated into just the way we live, because art can be the couch that you sit on, depending on how it was designed. Art can be the bench in your garden, depending on how you've painted it over it, So how is that going to make it a more lived experience than just an observation?
Yeah. Look, I think when you look at our people originally, there was always an integration of art and function. It was never that art existed for the sake of being art and then functional items are just functional items. If you look at basic things like the way we do our fencing now, right? And how fences used to be in the older days, the fences used to be well designed, they would have curtains. But I think we've moved more into a more functional state of being. Just like you said, a couch is art. Right. And in our generation, that sort of moved into the high end spaces. And really, when you think about art and its wholesomeness within a space, there's this assumption that it's for the elite. That imagery, I forget the name of the mother who's holding the baby. And
yes, love that one. It was always in the bathrooms, or it was always in some very interesting part. I remember the other one that used to freak me out with the lady in the bathroom with a towel, and there was a gorilla hand coming out of the toilet seat.
What about the one with the crying girl? Yes.
Yes, those are the ones we all know. Yeah.
What we're saying now. Do you see what we're saying? We have a commonality, right, through art and archiving. So when we now take hold of what it is that we choose for it to be seen out there, it actually means we're building an archive for our children and generations to come to understand this, more deeply. When you walk into someone's home and you look at their art, you kind of realize who they are to a certain extent. As you see their furniture and all that exists in their space, you have people that love pop art, and you can kind of sense their character based on what it is that they have on the wall. And really, like you said, art is not something that you engage with every day. Art has different emotion, and it has the ability to heal at different times that you find yourself at. And I've had that experience where I look at a piece of art or I catch a glimpse, and I see a view that I'd never seen before, and it does something to me. So, that really is important. I give an example with my niece, who, because my grandparents have a bigger house than us, we've now put up some art as storage in the walls. So ever since my niece has come to the world, she's always observed art. And there was a time that my mom visited with her, and she asked to go to the loo with my grandmother, and be like, Gogo, why is there no art in this house? Right? And if you think about that, to her, it was as functional as a light bulb, as a couch, as a chair, right? And it means it's stories, because the kids will ask you, what is this one about? What is this one about? And it just offers a new thinking of creativity that when kids draw for themselves, they feel confident because adults do it as well, right?
Yeah, I love this story, and I love what you're going to be doing here. And it's a pity you're so far away doing it. But I also want to think about that place of the farawayness, because we always think about the enjoyment of art being an urban experience. And I love it that you're taking it to your rural home, and just that that kind of feeling that we have around art, like we think it's an elitist experience, and now you bringing it to your home is also something very kind of you to do, but it's something of an education that is needed more in our communities. It's not an education that says people don't know about art. I think sometimes we put people down like that, but just to say, let's take the art where it belongs. We'll talk about that after the break.
Get set and be ready to go. On the move with Palesa and Benjamin Moshatama. Are you fluent in French, Chinyanja, Portuguese, and Kiswahili? Are you passionate about radio? And are you looking to work in South Africa? Do you have papers that qualify you to work in South Africa? In that case, we might have an opportunity for you to work for Channel Africa. Send us your CV and demo at newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Remember, if you don't hear from us within 14 days, it means you have not made it or you have not been selected. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Darubini ya Afrika na I am Henry Shakif.
Afrika Kusini imetoza ushuru mkubwa wa kuingiza chuma kutoka China na Thailand baada ya kupata ushahidi wa kutupwa. Pengine hii taarifa ikoje?
Inasemekana kama kampuni za China na za Thailand zilikuwa zinatupa hivyo vyuma huku South Africa kwenye bei yenye chini ya hivyo vyuma kisi vinavyouziwa hapa.
Pengine zuio hili linaweza kuharibu mahusiano ya kidiplomasia kati ya Afrika Kusini na nchi kama China pamoja na Thailand.
Tawazia kufuatana investigation iliyofanyika, kwa maana kitu chetu tunapenda South Africa, serikali ya South Africa, wakati kitu kinapotokea hawaamki tu asubuhi wanachukua decision, walichukua muda, kwa maana hii hali ukifuata hiyo kampuni kubwa inaitwa Artemeta imepiga malalamiko sana kuanzia mwaka jana mwanzo, huko walikuwa na pressure kubwa yenye wanakuja kufesi na vyuma venye vinatoka nchi za nje.
Darubini ya Afrika kila Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa kuanzia saa 11 kamili hadi saa 12 kamili jioni majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
As Africa renews, so does its voices. 60 years of Channel Africa.
We're exploring alternative spaces when it comes to art and how curators and artists alike are reshaping the way that we experience art in various parts of the African continent. One such art curator, art dealer in the South African contemporary art is Togo Ntokozo Langa, who's chatting to us. They himself and his wife, they created this beautiful art space in the village of Sekhuaneng in the northwest province here of South Africa, where locals and all people alike are able to come into an exhibition inside their home, but also almost have a homely experience. There's food as a part of this experience. It's just an amazing space. Togo, as we continue this conversation, you say that this space is meant to spark conversation, but like natural conversations about art, bringing people into spaces that feel good, that feel like home, but also the idea of progressive independence. And that stands out for me because a lot of the time when we've been thinking about how we've been progressing, and I say this in inverted commas, we've highlighted individuality as part of progression, but it seems like a lot of Africans are bringing back progression, community as a part of progression. Tell me if this, speaks true to you. Is community part of this progressive independence?
Absolutely. And if I might break it down, I think the community of the creators is something that to a certain extent does not exist in terms of the community of artists themselves. To say this, how are you doing it in your career, right? There's this perception that for an artist to be fully successful, they have to be signed to a gallery, right? This is almost the same argument as with music and labels. And the discussion here then becomes, how then do you take ownership, an agency, to the extent that you are able to spread your art and talk about it and have people engage with it, even without the presence of a gallery, right? And that's the kind of independence that we're speaking of. But that independence cannot truly occur without a community, right? If you think about it, we have to have a community to be able to even think that doing something like this would be successful, right? That creative community. And independence in this sense would mean that we are doing it outside of any institutional or gallery intervention, right? So for the greater part, a lot of artists are not signed to galleries. A very small percentage is. And the idea is that I need to work towards being recognized, right? And I think what we're saying in terms of that progressive independence is that you actually do not have to wait to be able to share your work. I mean, Instagram not included, but create your own exhibition, right? Partner with other curators within the system and create an exhibition where people can come and engage, even though it does not have, the museum or the gallery backing. So that's sort of like the independence that we're engaging with.
Yeah, I think that's so powerful that you say that. And that takes me to that question I was asking before the break about locating it in a rural setting and what that also means about, the power dynamics attached to art and who's responsible for selling it or giving us access to observing it, right? And I think you're challenging those notions as well.
Yeah, so look, I think the truth of the matter here is that this is an exhibition that does exist outside of conventional spaces. It's not necessarily close, but that's the trueness of it. And I'm reminded of another lady, her name is Gwena Says, and what she does is that she does these dinners across the country where she will pick an artist and they'll go to their village in the Eastern Cape to go do this dinner and actually interact with the people within the community. And I think for us in this instance, and I noted you said you spoke about the farness of it, right? And the resonating fact in my brain has always been, if you build it, they'll come. But also it builds the question of who is far, right? Because my community is close and they can engage with the work. And this being a fully funded project, personally, the success of it is not only from a sales perspective. These are two different facets that can coexist, because the client base sometimes does not even go to the exhibitions. They engage with the dealer privately, and if they want to see the work, you can set an appointment. And that's the structure that we have. And look, we've been beautifully fortunate. Look, we've had friends that are flying out from the US to come for this. We have friends that are based in Cape Town and Durban that have booked flights. People are really just choosing to go Sun City and local lodges so that they can be present. And even that action is, for me, the sign that there is a need for this, because people do move from Johannesburg to Cape Town for the art fairs and from Cape Town to Joburg. So when we create an alternative space, it really will serve a particular appetite.
Well, it sounds incredible indeed. And it sounds like, more of these kinds of spaces are needed, are necessary, because, art is of our people. There's so many different artists in our communities that we overlook because they're not in, those circles that we speak of, those elite art circles. But it's beautiful to see art going back to our people and seeing the appreciation of them, understanding it and being a part of the experience as well. Where can we go to find out more about this exhibition?
So the best place to go is on my Instagram, because all of the information is detailed there. It is called, my Instagram is at Son of Langa. And my email address is togo@Son of Langa. But the home in itself has an Instagram page that has all of the details. It's Kwalanga, which essentially is not just an Instagram name, but it speaks of ownership, because it really is our home. Kwalanga.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for your time this morning and, taking us through this incredible experience. That's Togo Ntogozolanga, art curator and art dealer of South African contemporary art, creating these incredible spaces where people can access them. It's 9:30 Central Africa time. Let's move on and get our latest sports.
Sports. on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
It's a very good morning, rather, from the sports desk. I am Mosibu Dimakura with the latest sports news at the Sawa. So Zambia's national team technical committee vice president Kalusha Bwalia has explained to SABC Sport just how Tshimologo secured a high-profile friendly match against the world champions Argentina set for next week. Now, Tshimologo are set to face the Lionel Messi-led team at the iconic La Bombonera in Buenos Aires on Tuesday as Argentina fine-tune their preparations for the upcoming global showpiece in the Americas later on this year. Buala revealed that initial talks were sparked when the South Americans had learned that they will be facing African opposition in Algeria at the World Cup this year.
So you get a call and somebody asks you if you are interested. Then, of course, you almost fell off your chair because you're talking about the world champions here. Lionel Messi, and they don't come any bigger than that. The team that they have, what they are able to do in the World Cup in Qatar, and so we jumped on it. I called my president Keith Mwemba, and I told him, look, there's this possibility, and it will be good for us. We a team, that is aspiring to come back to our normal level.
Now, Zambia head to Buenos Aires with George Lemwandamina as their interim coach, and Bwala says Tshimologo will pick the cream of the crop, and so will Argentina.
Maybe Lionel Messi will be able to play at home in Argentina at La Bombonera in Buenos Aires, home of Boca Juniors, iconic stadium. So definitely they are coming up with a squad who go also with our best team. We have coach George Lwandamina now, and also at Mutapa. George Lwandamina is the battle-tested Zambian coach.
Staying with football news, South Sudan produced a commanding display to beat Djibouti by 4-0 in their Africa Cup of Nations Pamoja 2027 preliminary first-round leg clash in Juba. Now, Kia Majak stole the show, scoring once and then providing 2 assists as the Bright Stars took full control of the time. Goals from Teng Kuol, Justin Bangasi, Peter Mayang, as well as Majrak himself sealed a comprehensive win, leaving Djibouti with a mountain to climb in the return leg, which will be played in Juba. That result also gives South Sudan a major advantage in their bid now to reach the group stages of the qualifiers. Meanwhile, in the Free State Province of South Africa, the Seychelles held Lesotho to a goalless draw in their first leg clash. The return leg will be played at the same venue, the Free State Stadium, on Sunday as part of the opening round of the qualifiers for AFCON 2027. Yannick Sinner, meanwhile, claimed his 29th and 30th consecutive sets in ATP Masters 1000 events as he cruised past American Francis Tiafoe in the semi-finals of the Miami Open. The Italian world number 2, who broke Novak Djokovic's 10-year record of 24 on Monday, never looked back after breaking Tiafoe in the opening game, going on to win that tie 6-2 and 6-2 in 71 minutes. The world number 20 simply had no response to a dominant display from Sinner, who dropped from only 9 points on serve across the 2 sets. Sinner, who has only won 4 Grand Slam titles, will now face either Germany's world number 4 Alexander Zverev or Argentina's Francesco Cerundolo in the last 4. He is, by the way, aiming to become the first man since Roger Federer in 2017 to complete the coveted Sunshine Double of winning Indian Wells as well as the Miami Open on the same years. And finally, Lewis Hamilton says he's rather more committed to Formula One than ever, crediting a change of attitude to his resurgence with Ferrari. Now, the 7-time world champion endured a nightmare debut season just last year without a podium finish, which ended his drought in China 2 weeks ago. Ahead of Suzuka in Japan this weekend, Hamilton revealed he ran 100 kilometers in Tokyo between races, insisting no rival Titans trains as hard as he does at the age of 41. He also described his fierce battle with teammate Charles Leclerc in China as one of the most fun he's had since dueling with Nico Rosberg in Bahrain in 2014, calling the new era of wheel-to-wheel racing the best form of racing. That's a wrap from the sports desk at this hour. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, do send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us on +27 11714 4459. For Channel Africa Sport, I am Mosibudi Makura.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Africa. It's time to plug into the heartbeat of the continent. Tune in to Channel Africa, your go-to radio station that broadcasts in 5 different languages.
L'Afrique du Sud célèbre la journée nationale du
Kabla hujaitwa kwa jina la Double K
or more of our forests have been destroyed. Partido Africano da Independência da Guiné.
Channel Africa represents every corner of this amazing land. From Lagos to Cape Town, Nairobi to Dakar, we've got you covered with the freshest news, music, and cultures. So, turn up the volume, feel the rhythm. Enjoy the conversation. Channel Africa, the African perspective. 9 to 12 midday, Central African Time. On the Move with Palesa and Benjamin Moshatama.
Thank you so much, Musibudi. Let's move on to business news.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thanks, Benjamin. Good morning. Our top business story this hour. Senegal's finance ministry has defended its government's use of opaque derivative-linked financing instruments to raise debt last year as transparent, pushing back against accusations of a lack of disclosure. The ministry says the instrument allows the country to borrow at significantly lower cost than international markets, and that proceeds from the total return swap operations were used to cover financing needs last year. The transaction have drawn scrutiny amid broader concerns over Senegal's debt reporting, complicating the country's relationship with the International Monetary Fund. Guinea has reached an agreement with Emirates Global Aluminium that will avert a looming arbitration over last year's seizure of the miners' local unit. As part of the broader resolution, traders and alternative off-takers have been exploring bauxite off-take deals linked to the seized assets, including structures that would use upfront prepayments on future shipments to help settle EGA's claims. The deal, which is still being finalized, follows the government's October takeover of Guinea Alumina Corporation, EGA's bauxite subsidiary, over an alumina refinery row. Malawi loses about 1.7% of its gross domestic product annually due to climate shocks, with projections expected to reach 3 to 9% by 2030 and up to 16% by 2050 if current trends continue. These figures emerged at the 5th African Regional Conference on Loss and Damage in Lilongwe, Malawi, bringing together continental policymakers, researchers and climate experts. Natural Resources Minister Patricia Whiskers told delegates that climate change is eroding economic growth, with losses evident in output, infrastructure and public finances. The summit closes today. Whiskers elaborates.
As Africa, we must have one negotiating voice to say we are not on the forefront. We have the burden of having to deal with issues of climate change, yet these issues of greenhouse emissions are not propelled by Africans. So what we must do as Africa is that we need to unite and speak with one voice to ensure that African countries begin now to benefit from this particular fund, to ensure that the people, the Africans that have suffered loss and damage as a result of climate disasters, are actually able to benefit and get compensation on the loss that they have suffered.
The African Security Congress has called for a thorough investigation into South African power utility Eskom's security tender process, alleging corruption and favoritism. The organization alleges that the entity's tender bidding process overlooks black-owned companies while favoring white-owned businesses. It's also called for the suspension of the entity's Ramon Govender,
whom they accuse of tampering with bidding decisions. ANC President Tebogo Motlong says the head of security, Thembela Khulu, should also be placed on suspension.
He must be investigated for at least about 4 tenders that we think it was improperly interfered by him in the bidding process prior to awarding. And also Mr. Thembela Khulu, head of security, we think he should also be actually investigated because she's Mr. Ramon boss. Every decision that Mr. Ramon takes, it go past the hash. Actually, she conducted oversight and approval of security tenders.
India has slashed its special excise duties on petrol and diesel as fuel prices stay volatile, with supplies choked by the Iran war. In a government order yesterday, India's finance ministry reduced the special excise duty on petrol and also cut the duty on diesel to zero. The US-Israeli war with Iran has led to a near closure of the Strait of Hormuz, which serves as a conduit for 40% of crude oil imports, hurting shipping and gas supplies around the world. And now taking a look at the indicators, $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,384 naira this morning. In Botswana, it's at 13.56. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 129 shilling and 6. And in Zambia, it's 18 kwacha 75. The BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 real 23. Russia, 81 rubles 44. In India, it's 94 rupees and 8. China, 6 yuan 90. And South Africa, $1 is trading at 17 rand 4 cents. $1 is trading at 74 pence to the British pound and 86 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $4,435 per ounce, platinum $1,859 per ounce, while the price of Brent crude oil this morning is at $109.09 a barrel. And that's the business news. For any business stories you'd like to share with us, please send an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Give us a call on +2711 714 4459 for Channel Africa Business. I am Buntle Headbush.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
África. Conhece o Ntivani?
Claro que sou eu.
Ntivani é o amante da música de corpo e alma.
Eu amo música africana.
Ele aprecia todos os tipos de melodias e passa os seus dias a ouvir a Channel Africa. Adivinha só, a Channel Africa quer ajudar o Ntivani e os amantes da música em todo o lado a descobrir ainda mais música incrível. Por isso, a Channel Africa está a convocar artistas africanos a submeterem as suas músicas. Músicos, lembrem-se de nos dar todas as informações relevantes no music@channelafrica.co.za. As submissões são a vossa oportunidade de ser ouvidos, mas não garantem inclusão na lista. Todas as submissões serão cuidadosamente analisadas para verificar se cumprem os requisitos da nossa estação. Canal África, a perspectiva africana.
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
I had a dream about you. You were right in front of me, in a white dress, staring in my eyes. I'm hooked to your smile, I can't deny it. I can't believe I'm crying, but I see this is true. You're the one for me. My heart is beating fast to the rhythm of your soul. And it quasi no goes bamba, inclusio yavuya. Tati sandla sam. Oh, oh, Disney ke la kuwe baby nya. Tell me so good. ndikushiye ndizinikela kuwe baby ngiyathembisa ukuthi angeke ngikushiye ndikushiye umama wandiyala watubomi bobakho. You don't have to listen to the naysayers, just listen to your heart, boy. Ayanantloni wena ngowami ndizokuveza kwabantu ndikunika inhliziyo yami ndikunika isandla sami andikwazi nokuzibamba inhliziyo uyavuya thatha isandla sami ndizinikela kuwe baby ngiyathembisa ukuthi angeke ngikushiye asoze ndikushiye ndizinikela kuwe baby ngiyathembisa ukuthi angeke ngikushiye. Ndizinikela kuwe baby ngiyathembisa ukuthi angeke ngikushiye.
Hey, that's Loyiso with a Dream About You. That one takes us to 46 minutes past 9 o'clock Central African time. You are joining us live in our Johannesburg studios for our Friday edition of On The Move. It is a wonderful one, finale of sorts. And yeah, man, what do you think about that, Bali? We were looking at that home that he was talking about.
Yes.
It's a very rural setting.
It is.
A very old school house.
But it's such a beautiful home.
It's outside it looks normal.
Yes.
Yeah, you wouldn't say it's
come
then you go in.
and you're in a gallery.
Yeah.
But it's also not a gallery, it's still a home, you know?
Yes.
And that's so beautiful. And I think throughout the conversations we've had about art, it's beautiful to see that I think we're seeing more people who are taking African communities into account and moving away from, I guess, the elitist nature of the art industry as it's been socialized. And they're saying, hey, this also belongs to our people. They also deserve to enjoy the space because this is their space. Africans are artists, and now we've moved art away from them because they don't belong in it. They can't afford it. But it's beautiful to see more people saying, hey, come, my people, this is for you. You belong here, and we can share in this together.
But also there's a lot of guilt when it comes to our backgrounds, where we come from. There's a lot of shaming around what we call poverty environments or whatever, or townships, or emakaya. And I love the fact that we are changing this perception, that we are saying that we must invest in our homes, our homesteads,
our villages, our rural areas.
Amakasi as well. We're also seeing people saying, you know what, I'm not moving to La Pae Sentin. I'm staying right here. I'm going to buy a home here, and I'm going to upgrade a home here, and I'm going to live proudly as in this environment. Also, the fact that we're also starting to see there's a house that does the same thing in Tembisa, my hood, and I need to go visit it. I saw it just recently on social media, where they house all these great artists, and also you can just go there if you're looking for local art and get accessible art for you and your home, just around the corner in your hood.
That's incredible because it also feels different. And I say this because if you go to like a conventional gallery, right, the art is there, so on, but you're not connected to the space. It's sort of cold, right? And that's an industry environment. But the way that curators, new curators, African curators are bringing, that sense of community into a space. When you walk in, you feel warmth, you feel home. And Africanness is that. It feels like warmth. And you don't feel like you're walking into a cold space of just viewing art. You feel like you're getting into a home. And you feel welcome.
Yeah.
You feel like you belong there.
It's a warm, fuzzy
feeling. It's a warm, fuzzy feeling. And just looking at the pictures of this particular home, it really is a warm, fuzzy feeling.
Absolutely. The children are running around. There's nature outside. There's the community that's around there. But then there's this wonderful exploration of the talent that is within that community and outside of that community, but linked to wherever you are. It feels like it's earthy, but most important, like it belongs there. How do we bridge that notion of art is for the elite to art is for us, the ordinary Africans? Let us know on our WhatsApp number. It's 9:50 Central African Time. This is On The Move.
Get the news, music, and lifestyle of Africa on Channel Africa, the African perspective. The Morning Switch Weekend with the Shy Guy.
I Show Speed, often called Speed, who is a popular American YouTuber and live streamer known for his high-energy personality, loud reactions, and unpredictable humor. He visited Ethiopia, and he was shocked what he found out actually when he got to Ethiopia. He got to find out that, they don't use the Gregorian calendar. That is, we are in 2026 right now. And he got to find out they are in 2018.
2018? Nah, you trolling me. It's 2026. No. It ain't 2026? Wait, hold on. Wait, we in the past? Ronaldo is still in Real Madrid. Everything is in the past here.
Oh man, how shocked Speed was. He went back in time.
Saturday and Sunday mornings belong to the Morning Switch. 3 to 6 a.m. Central African Time. Be inspired. Stay informed. Channel Africa, the beauty of life. Now available anytime, anywhere with our new app.
sugar, sweet love. My sugar, sugar, sweet love. Sugar, sugar, sweet love. Sugar, sugar, sweet love. Jiggies and dough, jiggies and dough, jiggies and dough, jiggies and
This is the beautiful Burrita with Jiggy Zindo. She was here on Channel Africa on one of the shows recently. Looked so incredible on the weekend. I think she was on the Oasis, so that was beautiful.
I love her. I love her a lot. I saw her at last year's Standard Bank Joy of Jazz, and what a marvel is she. It's 56 minutes past 9 o'clock Central African time. It's our Friday edition of On the Move.
Oh, look at that. Jingle, is it?
We have to get creative, right? We're going to continue on the creative vibe with Sbusiso Spumalo Yantangashe, who is a Kwaito legend and a podcast host. And we're going to be speaking about, does a genre like Kwaito still fit in where the music genres feel blended? They feel like they've moved into a different direction. But we know that Kwaito is built on that slow down tempo, street slang, township storytelling. It became a soundtrack of the new democracy of South Africa. Where is it now, and where are the conversations going?
I mean, it's a beautiful one to find out because, you know, everything that is art evolves, but the evolution also makes, you know, comes back around. I remember
full circle moment,
it's a full circle moment, right? And music and fashion and many other things that are art filled take usually around 20-year cycles, and they come back around in those 20-year cycles is what, you know, I had learned. And so it's beautiful to see that there is an evolution. It doesn't particularly mean that we absorb it in the same way that we used to, you know, Kwaito in its origin. But now that we're seeing the rise of other South African genres, they are so closely related to the Kwaito genre, and it is part of the evolution, I would think.
All right, we'll find out a little bit more about the Kwaito is Not Dead podcast. It goes by the name of the Kind podcast, which is an acronym of Kwaito is Not Dead. So yeah, we should be having a good one with Sbu. He's a legend himself.
Yeah.
So where does he see this music going in itself? Yeah, man, we've got so many conversations going, and one that I'm looking forward to is No Fundomo is coming in. It's another full circle moment. Remember when we spoke to her many years ago?
Yes.
She's back now, and I'm sure she's really in a stable place. I know that when she started with her music, she was super popular.
Yeah. You know, I remember hearing the first song that I heard from her. I was actually in a taxi going to like the local mall. I was at home and I was hearing this song for the first time, and it inspired me. It was Soft Life. And when I heard that song for the first time, I was like, this is beautiful, because the way I listen to music is like obviously through the music itself, but also through the lyrics. I love a great message in a song, and it like touched me immediately. And that's when I followed her, started listening to her music, and I haven't stopped since. And I think she also hasn't lost herself.
Yes.
Even through her growth and her evolution in the industry, she still wants to send messages, and her music is still about sending particular messages of aspiration, of positivity, and of just saying, look, we're here nonetheless. No matter how the world takes us, we're still here to, like, you know, be in this life and enjoy it. So I love her, and I can't wait to speak to her again.
Definitely, she has created that music that builds us as a community, right? Speaking about community, let's stay connected to Africa and the world with Channel Africa, the international voice of the South African Broadcasting Corporation. Remember, you can watch us anytime, anywhere on our website. Is also a good start to channelafrica.co.za, on the Channel Africa mobile app, as well on the SABC Plus app, or via the DSTV and OpenView audio bouquets. Catch us on our social media at Channel Africa 1 on our other platforms, but Facebook, our page is called Channel Africa. This is Channel Africa, first with the African story globally.
It's 10 a.m. Central Africa time. Let's get our latest news.
SABC News. The African perspective.
Thank you, Palesa. Looking at your top stories, scores of young Africans from 36 countries currently fighting in the Russian army in its war with Ukraine. And US President Donald Trump pushes back threats to start bombing Iranian energy plants. Your latest news. Greetings to our listeners. About 2,000 young Africans from 36 countries are currently fighting in the Russian army in its war with Ukraine. This is according to a report by Impact, a Geneva-based organization that investigated the Russian recruitment network. The report has revealed the existence of online recruitment networks coordinated by the Russian Federal Security Service that reportedly lured these young men with the promise to continue their studies or with the promise of well-paid jobs. Zimbabwe, South Africa and Kenya have come forward to dispute the existence of these online recruitment networks by the Russian Federal Security Service. Governance and election experts at the University of Pretoria in South Africa, Tendai Mbanje, explains.
Russia has found an opportunity because Africans, particularly those in Zimbabwe and other countries that are becoming hubs of recruitment, is because poverty is driving our citizens into desperation, is driving Africans who do not have military or any related background to. We must note that Russia is using very deceptive tactics. These are recruited not as directly as mercenaries who are going to fight. They are offered other opportunities, and when they get into Russia, then they get to realize that they were deceived.
South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has expressed concern over the revelation from the Madlanga Commission and Parliament's ad hoc committee. This comes after the arrest of 12 senior police officers on Tuesday for their alleged role in awarding a health service tender to the alleged cartel member Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. The Commission as well as Parliament's committee are both investigating allegations of criminality within the country's criminal justice system. Ramaphosa was speaking to the media during a site visit at a community housing project in the Free State province.
All that is being aired at the ad hoc committee, in the Madlanga Commission, it is most concerning and it should concern all of us. And in many ways, that is why I appointed the commission, so that the truth may come out, so that we can turn a new page when it comes to policing. And what has been aired is disturbing, but we now need to move forward on a completely new page, appoint people who are going to serve the people of South Africa and who are going to secure the lives of the people of South Africa.
Action SA Member of Parliament, Darlene James, says the only possible solution to reduce overcrowding in South Africa's correctional centres is to deport foreign nationals who are serving sentences to their countries of origin. James was participating in a debate in the National Assembly looking at addressing overcrowding in the country's correctional facilities. She says there is a significant number of inmates from other countries in the country's prisons.
5.2 billion. Money taken directly from South African taxpayers every year. This is not money spent on South Africans, not on victims of crime, not on improving safety in our communities. Instead, it is spent on housing and feeding 26,000 foreign criminals in our prisons. These criminals cost us 17,000 per inmate per month, which is a disgusting 5.2 billion every year. One simple solution to end overcrowding is to deport every single one of these foreign criminals to their country of origin and make their governments pay the cost. South Africa is not a hotel for housing foreign criminals.
The Nigerian Union South Africa has sought to clarify that the coronation of a Nigerian king in East London in the Eastern Cape province does not seek to replicate or compete with the traditional authority that exists in the locality. The union says the title only seeks to preserve the culture of Nigerians who are living abroad. There's been some backlash over the recent coronation of a Nigerian national, Chief Solomon Ogbonna Eziko, who was installed as a king in East London. The African Transformation Movement has since called for a probe into this matter after it was revealed that the local traditional leaders were not consulted before the coronation. NUSA President Nobi Smart says the title bears no significance to the local establishment framework or structure of the host nation.
These cultural ambassadors seek to be a go-between the local authorities of
the Nigerians residing in those areas, as well as to be a go-between the embassies or consulates if there's an issue between a Nigerian national to have been found wanting or been out of place. Now, this cultural ambassador is a person whom is usually called in order to intervene if there's reprisal attacks or rising within that locality.
And lastly, U.S. President Donald Trump says he will push back his threat to start bombing Iranian energy plants by a further 10 days. Trump says the delay is at Iran's request and that talks with Tehran are going well. Iran says there are no talks, just an exchange of messages through intermediaries. The BBC's Peter Bowers reports.
It would appear on the surface it's a gain more time scenario, although it is quite difficult to really fully understand the strategy here. We know that Donald Trump earlier in the week announced 48 hours, then this 5-day pause on strikes against Iran's energy infrastructure. That 5 days due to expire very soon on Friday. The president saying when he announced that very good and productive conversations aimed at a complete and total resolution of hostilities were underway, although Iran has denied that talks are underway to end the war.
Recapping on your top stories, about 2,000 young Africans from 36 countries are currently fighting in the Russian army in its war with Ukraine. A report by Impact, a Geneva-based organization, has revealed the existence of online recruitment networks who are coordinated by the Russian Federal Security Service that has lured these young men. Channel Africa News, I am Onele Tsinzi.
SABC News. The African Perspective. On the Move with Benjamin and Palesa every weekday on Channel Africa, The African Perspective.
It's hour 2 of On the Move this Friday morning. It's a beautiful Friday day, of course, and we're enjoying ourselves here. We're speaking all things art, culture and music here on Fridays on the Move. So of course this is the place to be. We're looking at the evolution of Kwaito in a way by speaking to one of the people who stood out during the Kwaito era, Sbu Maloya. He has a brand new podcast coming out that really poses the question, is Kwaito dead? But also speaks to a lot of other Kwaito legends to really look at the evolution of this particular genre of music.
We've been a Kwaito show this year, haven't we?
We have actually spoken to a number of Kwaito artists. It's a beautiful thing.
It is. It's nice to revisit them, but also to see the resurgence of the interest of Kwaito and to see this podcast also coming into being is a fantastic moment. Remember, you can catch us on social media, Channel Africa on Facebook, Channel Africa One on other platforms. Stay connected. Channel Africa, first with the African story globally.
Capaci mai chupaco. Ai, Casablanca ni kata matofia. Mami, kama tinja sasa.
You see this life I dey live, I dey try to get jayela. Hold on, no. In everything way I do, I dey try satisfy my soul. Hold on, no. Let me see from my cup, did you play me the congas? Call your girls and your guys, all of them. Mama tell them say I am on. Because no sleeping tonight. No sleep. Child in my cup. I tell me what's up. I cannot keep myself. I say no sleeping tonight. No sleep. Child in my cup. I tell me what's up. I cannot keep myself.
If I no tire you happy, that we never do you happy. You just see poor man reggae party. You go pray me collect be like that happy. Musa shake that from Galapi. Now which man they get party? Once I the one more repeat down see. Can you see the one everyone lot to see one make them they couple last. Make them they call your name. How many shayo you feel bad? Charlie, make we your name. Say
Oh, we got them best here on Channel Africa. The African Tunes, No Sleeping by Wanda Banton with Zlatan on that one. 10 minutes past 10 o'clock Central African time. Let's keep the African conversations going after this.
Start your day right with Channel Africa Breakfast.
That smells delicious.
Live, 5 days a week.
The whole population of Africa has been shocked to the depth of its soul.
For 60 years, Channel Africa has been the voice that connects the continent, telling our stories and sharing our vision with the world. This year, we mark 6 decades of broadcast excellence.
60 years of stories, sound, and connection.
6 years of African conversations that matter.
This is 60 years of broadcast excellence.
Rooted in Africa's heartbeat and looking boldly into the future. Join Channel Africa as we celebrate 60 years of broadcasting. Still strong, still vibrant, and still giving you the African perspective.
Channel Africa.
Step into the heart of the day on the move with Palesa and Benjamin.
Ding dong. A ding dong. Ding dong. Lumanga nung isa ya ding dong. Lo babe sung saya ding dong. Umaria Podestaman, Umaria Podestaman, Lo babes ya shisaman, Lo babes ya mutaman, ay baby man, Ungi saya ding, ay mangga naman, Ungi saya ko fly.
Oh man, you know, in the early days of South Africa's democracy, a new sound rose from the townships here in South Africa. It was raw, it was unapologetic, and it was entirely homegrown. It's known as Kwaito. You're listening to one of those in the background. This is Joni now with Maria Podesta.
Yeah, apparently it's going to be the first to be featured in this new podcast that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, look, this is, a new podcast that speaks about the genre of Kwaito, but not just about, what it has done for the music industry, but it also poses the question, is Kwaito dead as a genre? This new platform has reignited that conversation. It's hosted by Sbu Maloya, and the Kind podcast, short for Kwaito is Not Dead, is positioning itself as more than just a show, but a cultural revival. And we're finding out a little bit more about this cultural revival by Sbu Jangase, also known as Sbu Maloya, who's a Kwaito legend and a podcast host. Thank you so much for joining us, legend. It's great to have you.
Hola, Sbuda.
Hello, Palesa. Hola, Benjamin. Thanks for having me.
Oh, what a pleasure.
I'm very excited to start this because people have forgotten where we come from, but now we need to really reprimand them, but also bring the culture back,
Yeah. I love that we need to reprimand them.
No, and I think we do.
Where we come from.
We both need to remind them and to reprimand them because there's been an evolution of music, right? But it feels like we've forgotten where this evolution is coming from, because if we listen to some of the genres, there are genres that wouldn't exist if the genre of Kwaito never existed in the first place. So I think that reprimanding is part of these conversations. But tell us why you decided to start the Kind podcast, Kwaito is Not Dead, and why you wanted to remind us about that phrase, that Kwaito is not dead.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, the good thing is that you'll understand that the society, the people that grew up listening to Kwaito, during that time, they were still at school. Some of them, they were still varsity and all that. But in a later stage, I think some of them, they started to be business entrepreneurs, others in media, DJs, and all that. And I think they felt the responsibility that this sound was not really belonging to the Kwaito artist. This sound was belonging to the society, because remember, this was one sound that introduced the lingo yakokasi. It put it in the platform, put it on the map to people to understand ukuthi how do we speak ekasi, how do we dress, so it was one kind of a sound that was different from the other sound. Remember also, if you remember, during the times of Chico and all of them, they were produced, that music was produced by white producers. That now Kwaito was the first genre that was produced by black people, black producers,
Sure.
Yomdu, Yochonina, to name the few. So now, counting from the people that are coming from that genre, they felt the responsibility that Kwaito can't die. So Mina I was as much as a Kwaito artist, as a Kwaito legend, we wouldn't do much. But until such a time when my team, but I'm not gonna divulge who is my team.
Sure.
My team is kind of those people who are coming from that background who felt that Kwaito can't die. And then they came to me with a business form. They said, no, Spoo, this is the idea. This is what we want to bring back. Kwaito must come back. Please be the faces, because you are the faces of Kwaito. Kwaito without you, Kwaito without us, without Kwaito wouldn't be where we are. Because remember, Kwaito didn't only really work to us as artists, as I said, but also to the people out there. They were encouraged because of the songs that we're singing. Uzoyithola kanjani uhlele khoneni?
Sure.
I'm a lawyer. It was more about abantu bomthetho. People must understand the contracts. Why you for me? All those kind of messages. It was talking to the society. It was talking to the young people during that generation now who are CEO directors today, and still talking to them till today. And they felt this kind of a sound can't die, because this is kind of a kind. This is why we call it a kind of a sound. Kwaito is not dead.
Fantastic. I love that you described it in that way. There is a resurgence, as you've been highlighting, where even in our studios, we've had a couple of wonderful artists of the Kwaito genre pulling through here and just hanging out with us from, TK. No, we had Trompis. Who else did we have the other day? We've had a few, right? But it's nice that the guys keep coming in and out. But this time it feels like there's a real interest in the Kwaito genre. What do you think is happening right now where people are saying, Ish, we missed that sound and we want to hear it more?
Yeah, actually what we're doing basically, we are more about to bring the economy of Kwaito. Because if you can remember very well, that's a reprimanding part. During 1998, 1994 till 1998 to 99, Kwaito during that period generated over 2 billion in the economy, just in the economy of the country. Kwaito only, not other genre. I'm not talking about the whole music. I'm talking about only Kwaito. So now you can tell that this kind of genre, it still has a potential, because it belongs to the people. People belongs to it. It's their sound. So as there's kids and there's boys and girls out there in the township who are still doing the hardcore Kwaito, as much as yes, the sound is evolved, but they still feel good. That sound, it's still their sound. It should come as it is, because it doesn't need some other, because it's original sound.
Sure.
We're not against the evolution. We're not against other genres, but we are not in a competition, but we are in the mission to bring back the economy of Kwaito, and also to make sure that we have the generation and generation to come of the new artists that want to record music. As I said, in Soweto alone, maybe you can mushroom over about 20 to 30 talent ezola kuphela. You can come up with 30 to 20 talented artists who will bring the very same sound as we did it, even more than before, because the sound evolved, but at the same time they evolve in terms of the rap, but the sound stays the same.
Sure.
It's the same originally, but in terms of the delivery now, they've moved, they've switched to something else.
Nice.
So we can give them this kind of by coming up with this podcast. We are saying we need to bring back, we need to give those guys, those boys and girls in the township the opportunity to come and record their music, give them platform, give them a support, and do music for them, record them, promote them, market them, PR them, and all that.
Smooth. I need to pay the bills. We'll come back and find out more about the Kind podcast, which is short for Kwaito is Not Dead. We'll find out more after the break.
Stay tuned to Channel Africa. Stream us on our new and updated website, channelafrica.co.za.
Franschhoek, get ready. The vibe is happening this March. The Monroe Jazz Festival Franschhoek is bringing more than 30 local and international acts for one unforgettable weekend, including DJ Zinke, DJ Kent, DJ Kent Zero, Layla Hathaway, Robert Glasper, and Bilal, plus many more. From 27 to 29 March 2026, experience the music, the culture, and the energy. Grab your tickets now at ticketmaster.co.za. Monroe Jazz Festival Franschhoek. Feel the energy. Live the moment.
Keeping you on the know and on the move.
We're speaking to Kwaito pioneer and podcast host now, Sbusiso Sbumaloya Ntshangase, who is with us to tell us more about the Kind podcast, short for Kwaito is Not Dead, positioning it as something that's going to be a cultural revival of this long-standing genre. What can we expect from the podcast, Sbu?
On the podcast, the first one, actually, we're gonna invite the guest from the legends of Kwaito, obvious, but also I think the first episode where we have done, people should expect that the one that we're gonna launch on the 1st of April. It's one of the founder of Kwaito, Mr. Jonina himself, singing his song just now. We'll be having him. I'm sorry, I got a call here. We'll be having Jonina. Actually, we did that with Jonina. We recorded that the first one. So Jonina is gonna be is part of the first guest. And the good thing is that, as I said, he's one of the former Kwaito producer. When Kwaito started, I think Jonina and Boata, they were the early stages of the producers of the genre that time, Nabo Speaker. So it's a good thing that to have such a giant who started Kwaito at the early stage, to have him to open the podcast. Then in the later stage, we'll be inviting other artists, the Kwaito legends, but also we're not gonna also invite only the artists, only the artists, but we're also gonna invite the DJs as well, who understand the DJs of that time, who understood the sound of Kwaito, and invite even the people from the society, the producers, everyone that has an experience of Kwaito will be invited on the podcast. So the podcast will be talking to everyone that has a background and grew up with the sound of Kwaito.
I love that because it's also like part of a history, right? History that is so necessary for us to learn, especially for those who are young and getting into music today. It's sometimes so important to actually understand where the music comes from, even today. I want to find out though, are you guys also going to be inviting some of the younger artists to come in to speak about Kwaito's evolution and how it's presenting itself in today's time?
Yes, definitely. Kind is not just, hence you said earlier that all these genres that are there today, they are there because of Kwaito. Kwaito opened the doors for independent, Kwaito opened doors for people, for young artists to start to have their own labels, like your Afrotainment, your you name them. There's a lot of young guys who are having their own companies without depending on major labels. They release their music online. They depending on themselves. They manage themselves. They open their own stables with themselves. They have everything on their own. So definitely we're gonna invite them to be part of this. So because they also must understand that where does it come from, and they must also know why the sound it evolved from Kwaito to where it is. And beside that, also, what I want to emphasize the part that people must know that Kwaito is not just a genre; it's a movement. This podcast that we're doing, it's a movement, because what we need to do, basically, we want to come up. Hence, I said earlier, this is the economy of Kwaito.
Sure.
There's kids out there. I mean, I started to buy my car through when on my first album. I bought my house through the first album.
Yeah.
So we want to bring people to able to be responsible, to start their own economy, to start their own businesses through Kwaito. Basically, we want to give people support to able to stand for themselves. And also, the another part that I want to emphasize more than anything, kind is more about, if you can check overseas how they PR themselves. It's so surprising, and it's so disappointing at the same time to find a young boy in the township. When you say Sbu Maloya or Mduma Silela, they don't know Sbu Maloya.
Sure.
But if you ask them about Lionel Rich or Luda Vendros, they know
they
him.
know. Yeah.
So we need to kill that, because I think even our radio station need to start to play our sound like they play the music from overseas, because if you can check, there's Sunday stations now where everywhere in the corner they playing R&B, they playing Yolande Rich, Luda Vendros, the music of that time.
Absolutely, you're
now
right.
we need Kwaito we need Kwaito to also get that platform. So this podcast is not just about just for the sake of podcast, but this podcast is also about also nailing and making sure that our roots doesn't die. Our generation of Kwaito, people must know who's Mumaloya.
Sure.
People must know who's Ntuma Silela. They must know the identity. As much as they know Lionel Rich, they must know Mumaloya is.
For sure. Absolutely,
Basically, yeah.
Sbu. We have to leave it there. That's Sbu Maloya. Where can we find the podcast? When is it being launched?
I think my PR people is gonna give you all the information from next week, but I'm definitely sure on the 1st we are launching it, and you'll get it in all the media platform about it. We're still establishing, developing the Facebook, the website, the all the digital, all the platforms, your Instagram, every platform where you can able digital, where you can able to get us will be visible for you.
All right, Sbu. Thank you for hanging out with us. All the best with the podcast.
And then also to emphasize just one thing, at the moment you can use my handle, because we're gonna link it to my handle on Facebook. It's Sbu Ntshangase, and then on Instagram it's Sbu Ntshangase, on TikTok Sbu Maloya Original.
Nice one, man. Thank you so much, Sbu. That's Busiso Sbu Maloya and Ntshangase, Kwaito star and podcast host, man. The first conversation will be around this legend, Joni. Now, let's hear a little bit of this one. All right, check out that podcast. It's not out yet, but do check out the socials to see when it's coming out. To wrap up, that conversation was Joe Nina's Ding Dong. It's 10:30 Central African Time. Musibudi Makura is back to give us the latest sports.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. A very good morning from the sports desk. We'll start out with this story. So Senegal plan to parade the Africa Cup of Nations trophy just before their friendly match against Peru in Paris tomorrow, despite CAF's decision to strip them of the title. The Lions of Teranga had beaten Morocco in the 18th of January final, but the Confederation of African Football later overturned that result, awarding Morocco a 3-0 victory. Now, the Senegalese Football Federation has appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, with President Abdoulaye Fall calling the ruling an unprecedented administrative robbery. He insists Senegal will not compromise its values, declaring their fight now transcends the football pitch. Well, South Africa's Sports Confederation and Olympic Committee President Barry Hendricks has confirmed that the country is officially preparing to bid for the 2036 as well as the 2040 Olympic as well as the Paralympic Games following cabinet approval. Now, Hendricks revealed that hosting the Games will require a massive financial commitment, with costs running into billions, while even the bidding process itself will demand significant investment. In a bold as well as collaborative approach, Cape Town, Johannesburg as well as Durban are expected to share hosting duties in what could become Africa's first Olympic Games. He also adds that SASCOG will soon begin formal engagements with the three cities as they prepare to submit a bid documents to the International Olympic Committee in Switzerland.
And then the next thing is the Olympic bid for 2036 and 2040. And now we've got the go-ahead from Cabinet. We had a meeting Monday with the two IOC members, and the CEO is setting up a meeting with the department as our key stakeholder. So we are moving on this now. And the next thing is to bring the cities together, to inform the cities, Cape Town, Durban, Joburg, to say we are moving full steam ahead. What do we need to do for you to put teams together?
Now, Hendricks says South Africa is drawing inspiration from the multi-city model used in France during the previous Olympic Games, where responsibilities were shared to ease the burden on a single host city.
Yes, if you look at what happened in France, it was a few other cities outside France as well. So it can be done. And South Africa is relatively small. Okay, so things can work. If one looks at the Olympics, surfing took place in an island far, far away. So we are quite comfortable in looking at a hybrid model again.
The women's category of Olympic sports will be limited to biological females from 2028. The International Olympic Committee says eligibility will be determined by a once-in-a-lifetime sex test, which then could prevent transgender women and those with differences in sexual development who have gone through the male puberty from competing. It will take effect from the Los Angeles Olympic Games in 2028. IOC President Kirsty Coventry said the policy was led by medical experts. The IOC said eligibility for the female category could be determined by a screening to detect the SRY gene, the sex-determining region Y gene, which is part of the Y chromosome and causes male characteristics to develop. The IOC said athletes who fail to test would then continue to be included in other classifications which they qualify in. And finally, Lewis Hamilton says he's more committed to Formula One than ever, crediting a change of attitude for his resurgence with a Ferrari. The seven-time world champion endured a nightmare debut season just last year without a podium finish, but ended his drought in China 2 weeks ago. Ahead of Suzuka in Japan this weekend, Hamilton revealed that he ran 100 kilometers in Tokyo between races, insisting no rival trains as hard as he does at 41. He described his fierce battle with teammate Charles Leclerc in China as the most fun he's ever had since dueling with Nico Rosberg in Bahrain back in 2014, calling the new era of wheel-to-wheel racing the best form of racing. And that's a wrap from the Sports Desk at the Sawa. For any sports stories you'd like to share with us, our email address is newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or call us. The newsroom line is +27 11714 4459. I'm back with the final sports update for the morning in the next hour. It is 10:35 a.m. Central African Time. For Channel Africa Sport, I am Mosibudi Makura.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Africa is moving faster, smarter, further. The conversations are changing. The questions are deeper. The voices are stronger. So, we ask ourselves, what should Africa sound like now?
Not louder, sharper.
Not more noise, more meaning.
Something powerful is coming.
A new standard for the conversation.
A new rhythm for the continent.
I love it. I love it for us. Oh my goodness. Please join us as we celebrate.
The African perspective is evolving. Catch it all next week, Monday to Friday, from before sunrise until long after sunset, only on Channel Africa. The rhythm of Africa, the pulse of the continent. This is Channel Africa, the African perspective.
All right, Buntle joins us now for the latest business.
Business news on Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Thanks, Benjamin, and a very good morning to our listeners. In our top story this hour, Senegal's finance ministry has defended its government's use of opaque derivative-linked financing instruments to raise debt last year. It says the process was transparent and has pushed back against accusations of a lack of disclosure. The ministry says the instrument allows the country to borrow at significantly lower cost than international markets, and that proceeds from the total return swap operations were used to cover financing needs last year. The transactions have drawn scrutiny amid broader concerns over Senegal's debt reporting, complicating the country's relationship with the International Monetary Fund. Guinea has reached an agreement with Emirates Global Aluminium that will avert a looming arbitration over last year's seizure of the miner's local unit. As part of the broader resolution, traders and alternative off-takers have been exploring bauxite off-take deals linked to the seized assets, including structures that would use upfront prepayments on future shipments to help settle EGA's claims. The deal, which is still being finalized, follows the government's October takeover of Guinea Alumina Corporation, EGA's bauxite subsidiary, over an alumina refinery row. South Africa's Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Dean McPherson, has commended the government of the Mpumalanga province for constructing an international fresh produce food market. Construction of the market commenced in November 2018, and more than $100 million has been spent on the project. The project is yet to be completed. Minister McPherson and his deputy, Sihle Zikalala, toured the facility in Bombela. McPherson was meeting the MEC as part of the first Ministers and Members of Executive Council meeting this year. McPherson says government project delays are a national issue that will be at the center of the MINMEC discussions.
It's really good to see a project like this built by Public Works in the province, and this will serve as a catalyst for growth and jobs, particularly in the agricultural sector, and bringing farmers, both big and small, closer to source markets. In construction, there are always concerns around delays and escalations, and some of those pictures were painted for us earlier. And that's why we're working really hard, particularly through the Construction Action Plan, to decisively deal with non-performance of contractors, and also those contractors that don't perform to be blacklisted.
The city of Johannesburg in South Africa's Gauteng province is embarking on a massive services disconnection drive this morning targeted at government departments and entities. This is part of the city's efforts to recover a whopping $82.1 million, which is owed by government and its entities. The city says as the financial year end looms, the city is aware that some departments may be set to return unspent funds back into the fiscus, but this should only be a consideration after settling of municipal debt owed to them. City of Johannesburg's Nkosana Likojolo.
As the financial year end looms, the city is aware that some government departments may be set to return unspent funds back to the fiscus, but this should only be considered after settlement of municipal debt which is owed to the city. The city will have its doors remain open for intergovernmental coordination, but the situation cannot be allowed to impact negatively on service delivery to residents any longer. Government departments, like any other customer in the city, must prioritize settlement of their municipal accounts. They must pay their bills in full and on time.
Further afield, France's 2025 budget deficit has come in lower than expected. The country's statistics agency says the 2025 public accounts showed a fiscal shortfall of 5.1% of economic output, down from 5.8% in 2024. This was better than the government's forecast of 5.4%. The French government aims to cut the deficit to 5% as part of plans to bring the shortfall back in line with an European Union ceiling of 3% by 2029. And now taking a look at the indicators, $1 in Nigeria is trading at 1,384 naira this morning. In Botswana, it's 13.56. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 129 shilling and 6. And in Zambia, it's 18 kwacha 75. The BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 real 23. Russia 81 rubles 44, India 94 rupees and 8, in China it's 6 yuan 90, and South Africa $1 is trading at 17 rand 4 cents this morning. $1 is trading at 74 pence to the British pound and 86 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $4,435 per ounce, platinum $1,859 per ounce, while the price of Brent crude oil is at $109.09 a barrel. And that's the business news. I'll be back with our final business update for this morning in the next hour. For any business stories you'd like to share with us, please do send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or give us a call on +27 11 714 4459. For Channel Africa Business, I am Buntle Hetbush.
Business News on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
Este é o Caleidoscópio de Canal África, com Remo Samo e João Yabalá.
O conflito militar envolvendo o Irão, os Estados Unidos e Israel provocou uma escalada acentuada nos preços do petróleo, especialmente devido à ameaça de interrupção do tráfego pelo Estreito de Hormuz, responsável por cerca de 20% do consumo mundial de crudo. Para países africanos dependentes de importações de energia, esta tensão não é apenas um problema económico, mas também social, com impactos potenciais sobre inflação, custos de produção e acesso a combustíveis essenciais. Para perceber os riscos e possíveis respostas, falamos com o Dr. Lutumba Simão, economista angolano.
Para os países exportadores, vão verificar uma receita mais alta do que previam. E do ponto de vista de custo, as populações, vamos identificar que também pode aumentar a inflação, principalmente naqueles países onde, de fato, importam o crude e os combustíveis derivados do petróleo bruto.
De segunda a sexta-feira, das 20 às 21 horas locais, este é o Caleidoscópio do Canal África.
Benjamin Moshatama and Palesa on the move.
Ginger me with pillow talking pretty things. Oh, ginger me by candlelight and long walks by the lagoon. Ginger me with intellect and wine. Ginger me, boy, with kindness and cool. Yes. Ginger me slowly. ginger me with power and humility. Oh, ginger me, boy, ginger me with your love, ginger me slowly, yes, so ginger me slowly. Take your time, hold me closer, show me your heart, and I'll show you mine. Slow it down, hold me longer. I'll be your girl if we do it slowly. Ginger me with unexpected kisses and a dance. Ginger me with breakfast in bed for just us two. Ginger me with dreams of love and faithfulness. Ginger me, boy, with your heart, boy. Ginger me slowly, yes, so ginger me slowly. Slow down, 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 slow down,
Hey, the weekend is here, and saw me saying, guys, let's slow down. It's time to take it easy with the Ginger Me slowly. 47 minutes past 10 o'clock Central African time. We've been speaking about so many lovely conversations. We started off looking at this wonderful exhibition that's going to be taking place in the Sekgakwaneng village in South Africa's Northwest Province. And Togo Ntogozulanga was speaking to us, an art curator and art dealer of South African contemporary art, and we've just had a wonderful conversation around how to look at our art and take it to the places where it belongs. And just now we kind of have a theme that's going. In the second hour we're speaking around Kwaito and bringing it back to revival, almost bring it back to where it belongs as well, and in the context where it is, with Spusiso Sbu Maloya and Changase, a Kwaito legend and a podcast host.
Oh yeah, that was a great conversation. I enjoyed that, and I'm looking forward to seeing this podcast. I mean, Kwaito was such a big era, and like I've said before, I think it still plays a pivotal role in music these days. But hearing the Kwaito legends actually sit down, speak about their cultural experiences of the time, there were so many things going on, especially in the context of South Africa. We're moving from one era to another, and they really were the music of a very big time in the history of South Africa. So just hearing them speak about that, but also speak about what they think about the industry today. I think I would love to hear tap into their brains and hear what they think about the music industry today.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, it's wonderful to hear that, there is that coming back of the genre. And it makes us aware that in most of the changes that we are seeing in the music, we can still make reflections of where we come from.
Absolutely. Well, let us know what you think about this one. Is Kwaito something that you think is dead? Or do you think Kwaito is not dead? Just like they say in this particular podcast that Sbu Maloya will be launching. Let's hear from you. Our WhatsApp line is +2783 288 6684. And of course, we are on our social media platforms. We are at Channel Africa 1, streaming live on YouTube, and Channel Africa streaming live on Facebook. But of course, we're also on TikTok, Instagram, X, you name it, we are there.
60 years of stories and sounds. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
Darubini ya Afrika na I am Henry Shakif.
Afrika Kusini imetoza ushuru mkubwa wa kuingiza chuma kutoka China na Thailand baada ya kupata ushahidi wa kutupwa. Pengine hii taarifa ikoje?
Inasemekana kama kampuni za China na za Thailand zilikuwa zinatupa hivyo vyuma huku South Africa kwenye bei yenye chini ya hivyo vyuma kisi vinavyouziwa hapa.
Pengine zuio hili linaweza kuharibu mahusiano ya kidiplomasia kati ya Afrika Kusini na nchi kama China pamoja na Thailand.
Tawazia kufuatana na investigation iliyofanyika, kwa maana kitu chetu napenda South Africa, serikali ya South Africa wakati kitu kinapotokea hawaamki tu asubuhi wanachukua decision, walichukua muda, kwa maana hii hali ukifuata hiyo kampuni kubwa inaitwa Asemeta imepiga malalamiko sana kuanzia mwaka jana mwanzo, huko walikuwa na pressure kubwa wanakuja kufesi na vyuma venyewe vinatoka nchi za nje.
Darubini ya Afrika kila Jumatatu hadi Ijumaa kuanzia saa 11 kamili hadi saa 12 kamili jioni majira ya Afrika ya Kati.
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
But I don't really know you that well.
I really wanna kiss you in the face, baby. And maybe every other place, baby. You be like, say I don't remember, say
I don't really know you that well.
Hey, hey.
We can go there if
I
want to, but me I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well.
Hey, hey.
We can go there if
I
want to, but me I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well. I'm too polite to insult your intelligence. Why do I believe that we have met? Maybe not in this life. Time's frozen for a second, so I'm thinking tonight we break the ice, or better still, we can set it aside. Temporarily, my temperature is telling me that you got me so hot. Stop, girl, there is no remedy. But you don't know me well enough to reply. And I don't really know you that well. It's funny, you have something in your teeth, but would you try to stop me if I wanna take it out? Cause you don't know me properly. Girl, I think you're lovely, but you turn this bad boy into a busybody. I see you're too busy for me. Or maybe I'm just busy for me. Will you call me when you're ready for me? It's crazy, baby, how I don't care at all. Then I don't really know you that well.
I really wanna tell you how my day went.
How my day went.
Really want to spend the weekend. I for sure you this thing I'm feeling.
Oh yeah, but I don't really know you that well.
I really wanna kiss you in the
face, baby.
And maybe every other place, baby. It be like, say I don't remember, say I don't really know you that well. Hey, hey.
We can go there if
I
want to, but me I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well.
Hey, hey.
We can go there if
I
want to, but me I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well.
So you be my controller. See me see this parola. I just wanna come home to you. Spend every night telling bad jokes to you. Be my boyfriend, I'll be up in my boyfriend jeans. Have a baby with my boyfriend jeans. If you want my boyfriend, I'll be up in my boyfriend dreams. But I don't really know you that well. Ride or die for you, but I don't really know you that well. I really wanna tell you how my day went.
How my day went.
Really want to spend the weekend. I for sure you this thing I'm feeling.
Oh yeah, but I don't really know you that well.
I really wanna kiss you in the
face, baby.
And maybe every other place, baby. It be like, say I don't remember, say I don't really know you that well. Hey, hey.
We can go there if
I
want to, but me I don't know.
Oh no.
Why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well. We can go there if you want to, but me, I don't know why I think I love you when I don't really know you that well.
Hey, Ladipo, there is with Somi with Know You. And it takes us to 55 minutes past 10 o'clock Central African time. We're moving into the final hour of On the Move. We'll be having Nomfundo Mo.
Oh, I love it. It's beautiful music there. And it's always nice to wrap up with, an artist who we've had before, but also had a long time ago, but also just seeing their evolution, because there's new music out, there's a new offering that's taking place, and it's also nice to sort of keep updated on the latest offering. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, looking forward to that as well. Nomfundo Mo is an artist that came from nowhere and blew into complete significance in terms of the Afropop genre in South Africa. We're going to look at where she is right now, releasing new music indeed, and her musical achievements. We know that Amagama, a platinum certified debut, was full of hits, and one of her recognized tracks is Phakade Lami, with that wonderful feature with Shasha and Ami Faku. Hey, that soft life song that Bali was speaking about still sits in very well into your soul.
It certainly does. So let's look forward to that together as you listen live and stream on our various platforms. Don't forget also the SABC Plus app as well as the Channel Africa app are also fantastic ways for you to be a part of the Channel Africa family. In fact, we encourage you to go and download those apps if you haven't already. They are incredible, lots of great content, and it's like a direct link that you can find us on here on Channel Africa. So don't forget, it's SABC Plus app as well as the incredible Channel Africa app where you can find us. It's 10:56 Central Africa time. Let's get a little bit more jamming before we get into the next hour.
60 years of broadcasting Africa to the world. Channel Africa, the African perspective.
This is my decision. This is my decision. I don't think you listen. You listen. I don't think you listen. For me to come out, it must mean I'm a teacher. It must mean I'm not the same. It must mean I'm on your case. For me to come out, it means that I'm not teacher. I want to show you my world. One break, I need faith. Faith to believe you, faith to receive you. Give me something I'm lacking. I don't need nothing. You are my everything. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you. Only me and you.
Thames brings us Me and You. Thank you for taking a journey with us right here on Channel Africa. We're moving into that final hour where our profile of a musician is just around the corner. We love speaking to artists. We like finding out a little bit about what makes them create, what is their creative journey, and also how they feel about getting that creativity into the public domain. But that's coming up a little bit later on. Right now, let's go to the news as we open up the final hour.
SABC News. The African Perspective.
Thank you, Benjamin. Looking at your top stories, young Africans from 36 countries currently fighting in the Russian army in its war with Ukraine, and sailboats carrying humanitarian aid to Cuba are missing. Your latest news. Greetings to our listeners. About 2,000 young Africans from 36 countries are currently fighting in the Russian army in its war with Ukraine. This is according to a report by Impact, a Geneva-based organization that investigated the Russian recruitment network. The report has revealed the existence of online recruitment networks coordinated by the Russian Federal Security Service that reportedly lured young men with the promise to continue their studies or with the promise of a well-paid job. Zimbabwe, South Africa and Kenya are amongst the countries that have come forward to dispute the existence of these online recruitment networks by the Russian Federal Security Service. Governance and election experts at the University of Pretoria in South Africa, Tendai Mbanje, explains.
Russia has found an opportunity because Africans, particularly those in Zimbabwe and other countries that are becoming hubs of recruitment, is because poverty is driving our citizens into desperation, is driving Africans who do not have military or any related background to. We must note that Russia is using very deceptive tactics. These are recruited not as directly as mercenaries who are going to fight. They are offered other opportunities, and when they get into Russia, then they get to realize that they were deceived.
South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa says he is consulting relevant stakeholders about the summons issued to National Police Commissioner General Fani Masemola. Masemola has been issued with a summons to appear in court on the 21st of April over the $21 million SAPS Health Service contract awarded to the alleged cartel kingpin Vusimuzi Ket Matlala. Matlala's Medicare 24 Tshwane District Company's tender was cancelled in May last year after it was flagged for procurement irregularities and underperformance. 12 senior police officers, including generals, appeared in the Pretoria Magistrate Court on Wednesday on corruption, fraud and money laundering charges related to the contract. Ramaphosa said he will soon provide an update to the matter.
I am having conversations with the various people who are involved in the security cluster, and we will be making an announcement soon about what I am going to do. So it will be coming soon. Watch this space.
Meanwhile, South Africa's acting police minister Firoz Kachalia says he's been tasked with providing options to President Cyril Ramaphosa on how to address the police service tender scandal involving the National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola. Kachalia says it is important that any action taken by the president serves to strengthen the police service.
I, together with Minister Kubai, have met with the president. We've shared some initial reflections, and I was given some homework to do, which I have almost completed, reflecting on the options that could be considered in the circumstances. And I will be sending my advice to the president. But it should be remembered that this is the president's decision. Under the Constitution and the South African Police Act, it's the president who appoints the National Police Commissioner.
The Nigerian Union South Africa has sought to clarify that the coronation of a Nigerian king in East London in the Eastern Cape province does not seek to replicate or compete with the traditional authority that exists in the locality. The union says the title only seeks to preserve the culture of Nigerians living abroad. There's been some backlash over the recent coronation of a Nigerian national, Chief Solomon Ogbonna Eziko, who was installed as a king in East London. The African Transformation Movement has since called for a probe into this matter after it was revealed that the local traditional leaders were not consulted before this coronation. NUSA President Nobi Smart says the title bears no significance to the local establishment framework or structure of the host nation.
These cultural ambassadors seek to be a go-between the local authorities of the Nigerians residing in those areas, as well as to be a go-between the embassies or consulates if there's an issue between a Nigerian national to have been found wanting or been out of place. Now, this cultural ambassador is a person whom is usually called in order to intervene if there's reprisal attacks or rising within that locality.
Lastly, the Mexican Navy says 2 sailboats have gone missing while carrying humanitarian aid to Cuba. It has launched a search and rescue operation. BBC's Abigail Maudsley.
The Navy said the 2 boats left Isla Mujeres on Mexico's Caribbean coast on the 20th of March with 9 crew members of different nationalities aboard. It said they were expected to reach Havana on Tuesday or Wednesday this week, but...
We do apologize for that error there. Now, recapping on your top stories, about 2,000 young Africans from 36 countries are currently fighting in the Russian army in its war with Ukraine. A report by Impact, a Geneva-based organization, has revealed the existence of online recruitment networks coordinated by the Russian Federal Security Service that lures young men. Channel Africa News, I'm Onelin Sinsi.
SABC News. The African Perspective. On the Move with Benjamin and Palesa every weekday on Channel Africa. The African Perspective.
All right, 6 minutes past 11 o'clock Central African time. Thanks, Onele. We're moving on to our conversation with Nomfundo Mo. There's a new song that's coming out. We're going to launch it today. Harold Noah Chadza, thank you for saying hi, hollering at us on our live stream on our Facebook page. And also, I see someone saying that they enjoy the art conversations on our YouTube page. That is Palesa Zibi. Thank you for acknowledging that. Remember, you can comment anywhere on our social media platforms. At Channel Africa 1 is the magic handle, or our Facebook page, Channel Africa.
We're looking forward to chatting to Nomfundo Mo. Stay connected to Africa and the world with Channel Africa, the international voice of the South African Broadcasting Corporation. Watch or listen anytime, anywhere at channelafrica.co.za, on the Channel Africa app and on SABC Plus, or via the DSTV and OpenView audio bouquets. You can also catch us on social media at Channel Africa on Facebook, where we're streaming right now, and at Channel Africa 1 on all our other platforms. Channel Africa, first with the African story globally.
Download the SABC app and take Channel Africa with you everywhere you go.
Keeping the sounds of the legends right here on Channel Africa. Soul Brothers with their mighty Sithandwa. It's 10 minutes past 11 o'clock Central African time.
Africa, meet Abedi.
Yeah, that's me.
Abedi is a music lover through and through.
I really love African music.
He's got a taste for all kinds of tunes and spends his days listening to Channel Africa. Guess what? He didn't know.
Okay.
Channel Africa wants to help Abedi and all music lovers everywhere to discover even more incredible music. That is why Channel Africa is calling on all African musicians to submit their music. Musicians, remember to give us all your relevant information. Make your submissions at music@channelafrica.co.za. Submissions are your chance to be heard on radio. But sadly, they do not guarantee that you will be playlisted. All submissions will be carefully reviewed to see if they meet our station's requirement. Channel Africa, the African perspective. Hashtag on the move and connect with us.
Ngihlezi ngiphusha le grind kuze thina sibe rise edladleni siphile kahle. Waqala ukuba mnyama kudala kwathandazwa amafindo waqaqwa wavuleka ngangingazi nyoke kumele izibopho ngifeza okuningi lingakakhali icilongo ubuthakathi inkohlakalo nenzondo akunadosi mabambelele kukholo bamnyama mase uzosayaza ululeka so
New music is what we do on a Friday. That's Nomfundo Mo with Uzophumelela. Just a newly released single marking the next chapter of the rollout of Nomfundo Mo's forthcoming album that's set to be titled Farm Julia. It's going to be released early in the next month, so we're right ahead of time with finding out what we can expect from the wonderful artist with a distinct blend of Afro-pop and soul influences. Nomfundo Mo joins us on the line. Welcome, Nomfundo. Good to have you back to Channel Africa.
Greetings, fam, and thank you for having me again.
Yeah, man, you always keep it soulful, hey? We love that one.
You know, that's our signature.
I know. I mean, it's very distinct. Are you proud of yourself that you've got this signature sound that you've developed, and it seems like you're very comfortable in it right now?
Yeah, man, I'm super happy about it because it actually assures me, Uti, even if I'm no longer here on earth, but I would have left something that will live forever.
Well, you know, it's incredible to see how your journey is, you know, continuing, but also how you've kept that very distinct Nomfundo Mo sound, but also that messaging that's in your music. In fact, earlier I was speaking about the first time I heard Soft Life and how that was so, you know, it stood out to me. The song stood out to me, you stood out to me, but also the messaging stood out to me. And it seems like you've continued with the themes of aspiration, making people feel good, our culture, but also just making sure that you make music that is good for the soul. What is it that's kept you really firm on saying, I'm going to make music like that, and for people to feel that way?
I believe that I've always been umuntu wabantu, and me choosing to study social work was not a coincidence. So even now that I'm doing music, I make sure that I accommodate or I do infuse that social work in me, in my music. So that is what keeps me grounded all the time. It's what keeps me as authentic as possible. So from Abo Soft Life till now with Uzophumelela, it's me ensuring or assuring people that they are on the right track. Unyakusanda kuqala, and there's a lot that can still happen in their lives, and they will surely succeed.
Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about Uzophumelela. It's a new song. It's got a nice vibe. What was the inspiration behind it?
Uzophumelela is a very personal song because I believe I wrote the song for myself. I needed that motivation or that extra push that will assure me, ukuthi, although sometimes it may seem dark, but then there will be light at the end of the tunnel. So I wrote the song to reassure myself, ukuthi, no, girl, you've got this, you'll make it. And I knew for sure, ukuthi, when my Mo fam listen to the song, they would definitely relate to the song, and it's going to help them as well. Ukuthi unyaka bawuqale kahle, good energy.
How are things right now for you in the music industry? Where do you feel like you are at right now in your career?
Right now, I can't say it's a beautiful phase that I'm in, but it's a phase of growth, which I'm grateful for. So kuyaba khona ama highs, kuyaba khona ama lows, kunezinto engizifundayo which I didn't know about in the past few years, but I'm grateful for it all, and I think it's also reflected in my music. Like you will notice a lot of growth. Okay, especially if usuka nami from my debut album Mama Gama till now, you will notice it's okay. The signature sound is still the one, but with the pen game, you will hear a lot of growth.
Let us in there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Palu. What have you been learning? What have been the downs and the ups that you've been experiencing? Because we speak to a lot of artists, and there's a lot of creatives who listen to the show on a Friday that can learn from an artist like you.
Okay, Unomfundo, when she started off, she was just a young girl from Emakaya in Ndwedwe, which is one of the reasons, by the way, my upcoming album is titled Ufam Julia, because I'm a farm girl. I'm a girl from the villages in Ndwedwe. So being a girl from Emakaya, I didn't know anything about the industry. Me nangingena kwi industry, it was just me vibing because I knew I could sing, but there was nothing much to it. So ungena, or the exposure to the industry, ingenza ukuthi ngazi ukuthi, oh okay, kunezinto ezikanje, umuntu uyabhukhwa, mawubhukhwa you receive imali kanje, and lo muntu osuke ekubhukhile expects 1 or 2 or 3 from you. So you need to make sure ukuthi awujabuleli kuphela ukuthi you're just receiving a booking, but you need to make sure that you deliver when the show ukuthi lo muntu lo osuke ekuqashile uyajabula nayo on their side. And it's not just about that. Even with my interviews and everything else, branding is very important. Make sure you pitch there on time, because local can even ruin your reputation if ungasigadi izinto ezikanjalo. So it's very important to put your brand with spaces right, whereby even kuma rooms lapho ungekho khona ukhulume kahle ngegama lakho, because it's very easy to go down.
Yeah. How long has it been now? It's been a couple of years since I've imagined the first time I heard one of your songs, well, some of your first music. How long have you been in the industry now?
It's been 5 years now.
Oh, nice. Congratulations. People don't make it that fast.
Yes.
So that's
It's a big milestone.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you find it to be a big milestone for you and your career?
It definitely is, because if you were to ask me 5 years ago about this, I'd tell you.
Nomfundo, are you there? Oh no. Okay, I think we've lost Nomfundo there for a second, but it's okay. We need to go on a break nonetheless, and then hopefully when we come back, we'll continue speaking to Nomfundo more. Her upcoming album is titled Farm Julia, and I want to get into that because, 5 years into an industry that people see as glamorous, as away from like the rural areas, as in the big cities.
Sure.
Is the Farm Julia still there? Let's find out after the break. We'll hang out with Nomfundo more.
5 years. What a good milestone.
Franschhoek, get ready. The vibe is happening this March. The Monroe Jazz Festival Franschhoek is bringing more than 30 local and international acts for one unforgettable weekend, including DJ Zinke, DJ Kent, DJ Kent Zero, Layla Hathaway, Robert Glasper, and Bilal, plus many more. From 27 to 29 March 2026, experience the music, the culture, and the energy. Grab your tickets now at ticketmaster.co.za. Monroe Jazz Festival Franschhoek. Feel the energy. Live the moment.
Benjamin Moshatama and Palesa on the move. Benjamin Moshatama and Palesa on the move.
Sivulele, ingasivaleli ngaphandle. Nathi sifuna ukuphila i-soft life, soft life. Konko, sivulele, ingasivaleli ngaphandle. Nathi sifuna ukuphila i-soft life, soft life. Konko, sivulele, ingasivaleli ngaphandle. Nathi sifuna ukuphila i-soft life, soft life. Konko, sivulele, ingasivaleli ngaphandle. Nathi sifuna ukuphila i-soft life, soft life. Masihlale phansi sicobelelane ngolwazi esinalo. Silekelelane, kumele impilo ibe njalo. Oh please.
Look, I was sitting in the back seat of a taxi around 5 years ago, going to a friend's house or something.
And the back taxis where you can relax,
because it's a tight space, you know what I mean. And I didn't even have a car yet, so I was like, oh my goodness. And then this song played in the taxi, Soft Life by Nomfundo Mo, and I was like, yeah, man, I really do want the soft life. But it's been such a song that I've kept as a recurring theme in my life every time I had to remind myself of the things that we deserve in this world. And I think it's a beautiful one to continue this conversation that we're having with Nomfundo Mo, who is about to release a brand new album that's titled Farm Julia. Nomfundo, are you back with us?
I'm back, and I'm sorry, my phone heated up.
That's all right. That's right. We know this technology. These things happen. I'm interested in the title of your upcoming album, Farm Julia. With 5 years in the music industry, people would think you're not a Farm Julia anymore. You've come to the big cities. You're in the music industry, which is seen as like big and glamorous. You've got fans all across South Africa and the continent. Are you still a Farm Julia?
A proud one. I believe that I will always be Ufam Julia because that is that one thing that keeps me grounded all the time. I know if I go home, ngiyingane yomphakathi wonke, I'm not just ingane yakangcobo, but ngiyingane yasendwedwe, and they always make sure ukuthi back emphasize aloko whenever they see me on TV, whenever they hear my song, that say ingane yethu leyo yasendwedwe. So I want to carry that with me all the time.
And how do you balance that farm girl life and the city life? I mean, it's 5 years, and you were speaking about the challenges of kind of adapting to the industry, but also you had a personal life that now is permeating into your professional life. And that balance, have you gotten it right, or are you still adjusting to it? Because the industry for an artist like you can be so demanding, because you ladies perform in so many places weekly, and there can be that imbalance. Have you tried to create that balance for yourself, and how are you navigating that?
I believe I've tried to have that balance between everything, the industry and my personal life. And I can safely say that no matter you're an upcoming artist, it's very important to stay grounded, stay true to yourself, believe in what you believe in, even if you've succeeded or you've made it through in the industry, because it's very easy for you to lose yourself here if you are not grounded enough. Like if you are a person who's family oriented like me, make sure that you keep that up. Make sure that you always have your lovely family members closer to you, to be with you in moments of joy, to be with you in moments of sorrow. That's very important, because the next thing, you might just find yourself depressed, find yourself going to stuff like drugs. Maybe it's something that you're not used to before. So it's very easy to fall.
Well, tell us about the album. What story are you trying to tell through this upcoming album, Farm Julia? And, give us a little roundabout of the kind of music that's in there.
Okay, with this album, Farm Julia, as I said before, it's more about my growth. There's a lot of storytelling there. There are songs of Intombazane Yasemakhaya, where I storytell, and then there are songs which are very personal, whereby I storytell my personal story of my upbringing, kusuka eNdwedwe, making it to varsity and coming to the big city, Joburg. Ukuzama ukuthola le soft life engakhuluma ngayo on my debut album. So there's a lot going on there, and I like it. Also, I also challenged myself by getting out of my comfort zone, writing songs which I wouldn't write.
Oh, nice.
Like a typical Nomfundo wouldn't write about. But because I want to show what I've grown, kangakanani, I don't just write about izimo that are personal to me only, but I know there's someone out there who's definitely going through whatever. So let me write that song. Let me just shoot my shot.
Nice, man. Any interesting features on this new album? Give us a little bit of the secrets behind the scene.
Okay, since I'm releasing the album next week, I think it's safe to just drop a few features. I have Uputum Ngobiyazo on the album, and
nice.
I also have Utumagahle, a Maskandi artist whom I've worked with before.
Okay, that's wonderful. Hey, stay yourself. We love you, Nomfundo, more, and keep going, because you are such an important voice in the industry right now, and that youthful energy is still needed in the music industry. Where can people find you online?
People can follow me on Instagram at I am Nomfundo Mo. They can also follow me on Facebook. It's Nomfundo Mo_music. On TikTok, it's Nomfundo Mo.
Thank you so much for spending your Friday morning with us, introducing us to your new sound, and of course telling us about your upcoming album. All the best. I hope it sells out and it does well on the streaming platforms, and we look forward to continuing knowing the journey of Nomfundo Mo.
Thank you so much, and thank you one more time for having me. There's still a lot of music to come from Umo, so I'm definitely going to come back. This is home.
Love
Fantastic.
that.
I love that you call Channel Africa home. It definitely belongs to you, Nomfundo Mo. Let's listen more to that wonderful new single, Uzophumelela. Oh man, very, very in her skin there. Uzophumelela, Nomfundo Mo, taking us to 29 minutes past 11 o'clock Central African time. I love that sound, and I love her for always linking with our show in different seasons of her life. I think this is the third interview she's given us. So thank you so much, Nomfundo Mo, and thanks for calling On The Move home, because definitely you've made it home for us, Benjamin Moshatama and Palesa. We're moving on right now. It's time for us to bring back Musibudi Makura for the latest sports.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. A very good morning indeed from the sports desk. While Senegal plan to parade the Africa Cup of Nations trophy before their friendly match against Peru in Paris tomorrow, despite CAF's decision to strip them of the title. The Lions of Teranga had beaten Morocco in January's final, but the Confederation of African Football later overturned the result, awarding Morocco a 3-0 victory. Now, the Senegalese Football Federation has appealed to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, with President Abdoulaye Fall calling the ruling an unprecedented administrative robbery. He insists Senegal will not compromise its values, declaring their fight now transcends the football pitch. Staying with football news, South Sudan produced a commanding display to beat Djibouti by 4-0 in the Africa Cup of Nations Pamoja 2027 preliminary round first leg clash in Juba. Now, Keir Majlak stole the show, scoring once and then assisting 2 goals as the Bright Stars took full control of the tie. Goals from Tenkul, Justin Bangazi, Peter Mungai, as well as Majlak himself sealed a comprehensive win, while leaving the likes of Djibouti now with a mountain to climb in the return leg, which will be played in Juba. The result also gives South Sudan a major advantage in their bid now to reach the group stage of the qualifiers. Meanwhile, in South Africa's Free State province, the Seychelles held Lesotho to a goalless draw in the first leg clash. The two teams will return on Sunday to play at the same venue, the Free State Stadium, for the return leg, as part, of course, of the opening round of the African Cup of Nations 2027 qualifiers. Well, the South African Sports Confederation and Olympic Committee, President Barry Hendricks, has confirmed that the country is officially now preparing to bid for the 2036 as well as the 2040 Olympic and Paralympic Games following cabinet approval. Now, Hendricks revealed that hosting the Games will require a massive financial commitment, with a cost running into billions, while even the bidding process itself will demand significant investment. In a bold as well as collaborative move, Cape Town, Johannesburg, as well as Durban are expected to share the hosting duties and what is likely to become Africa's first Olympic Games. He also added that SASCOC will soon begin formal engagements with the 3 cities as they are now prepared to submit bid documents to the International Olympic Committee in Switzerland.
And then the next thing is the Olympic bid for 2036 and 2040. And now we've got the go-ahead from Cabinet. We had a meeting Monday with the 2 IOC members, and the CEO is setting up a meeting with the department as our key stakeholder. So we are moving on this now. And the next thing is to bring the cities together, to inform the cities, Cape Town, Durban, Joburg, to say we are moving full steam ahead. What do we need to do for you to put teams together?
Now, Hendricks says South Africa is drawing inspiration from the multi-city model used by France during the previous Olympic Games in 2024, where responsibilities were shared to ease the burden on a single host city.
Yes, if you look at what happened in France, it was a few other cities outside France as well. So it can be done. And South Africa is relatively small. Okay, so things can work. If one looks at the Olympics, surfing took place in an island far, far away. So we are quite comfortable in looking at a hybrid model again.
And finally, in tennis news, Yannick Sinner claimed his record 29th and 30th consecutive sets at the ATP Masters 1000 events as he cruised past American Francis Tiafoe into the semi-finals of the Miami Open. The Italian world number 2, who broke Novak Djokovic's 10th-year record of 24 on Monday, never looked back after breaking Tiafoe in the opening game, going on to win 6-2, 6-2 in 71 minutes. The world number 2 simply had no response to a dominant display from from Sinner, who dropped only 9 points on serve across the 2 sets. Sinner, who has won 4 Grand Slam titles, will face either Germany's world number 4 Alexander Zverev or Argentina's Francesco Cerundolo in the last 4. So Sinner, by the way, is aiming to become the first man since Roger Federer in 2017 to complete the coveted Sunshine Double. That's, of course, of winning the Indian Wells as well as the Miami Open, all in the same year. And that's a wrap of your morning sports news on Channel Africa. As always, remember that for any sports stories you'd like to share with us, just simply send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za. Alternatively, call us. The newsroom line is +27 11714 4459. Have a great sporting weekend. For Channel Africa Sport, I am Mosibudi Makura.
Sports on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Got something to say? Are you passionate about issues that matter? Do you have a voice that deserves to be heard? Well, we've got the perfect platform for you. Call in or drop us a WhatsApp on +27 63 406 9126. And we will call you back so you could have your say and be part of the conversation.
30 years of age. I just turned 30 on the 15th of November. So that's who I am,
It's not just talk. It's your chance to air your views, share your opinion, engage with a community that values your perspective. Follow us on our social media. Visit our website at www.channelafrica.co.za and get ready to share your views on Channel Africa, the African perspective. Channel Africa and you have got something in common: the thirst for knowledge.
Well, it's time for Buntle Hitbush to give us our business as we wrap things up for the morning right here on the Move.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective.
Thanks, Benjamin. Good morning. In our top story this hour, Sudanese Energy Minister Mutasim Ibrahim Ali says Khartoum wants to rebuild its infrastructure following years of devastating conflict. He met with South African Electricity and Energy Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa in Pretoria. The engagement focused on boosting energy cooperation between the two countries. South Africa has been calling for cessation of hostilities in Sudan. Ibrahim Ali.
During the last 3 years, we have been through difficult time, conflict and war ravaged, the whole of the Sudan, and we experienced large extent damage, to our infrastructure in Sudan.
Algeria's national carrier Air Algerie says it's ordered 10 Boeing 737 MAX 8 aircraft as part of a national strategy to develop civil air transport. The airline says the acquisition forms part of efforts to modernize its fleet, expand its route network, and improve service quality for passengers. The company says the move is part of a broader vision to keep pace with developments in the aviation sector and meet the demands of domestic and international markets, and that it would strengthen the airline's competitiveness and market position. South Africa's Minister of Public Works and Infrastructure, Dean McPherson, has commended the government of the Mpumalanga province for constructing an international fresh produce food market. Construction of the market commenced in November 2018, and more than $100 million has been spent on the project. The project is yet to be completed. Minister McPherson and his deputy, Sihle Zikalala, toured the facility in Bombela. McPherson was meeting the MEC as part of the first Ministers and Members of Executive Council meeting this year. McPherson says government project delays are a national issue that will be at the center of the MINMEC discussions.
It's really good to see a project like this built by Public Works in the province.
and this will serve as a catalyst for growth and jobs, particularly in the agricultural sector, and bringing farmers, both big and small, closer to source markets. In construction, there are always concerns around delays and escalations, and some of those pictures were painted for us earlier. And that's why we're working really hard, particularly through the Construction Action Plan, to decisively deal with non-performance of contractors, and also those contractors that don't perform to be blacklisted.
The city of Johannesburg in South Africa's Gauteng province is embarking on a massive services disconnection drive this morning, targeted at government departments and entities. This is part of the city's efforts to recover a whopping $82.1 million, which is owed by government and its entities. The city says as the financial year end looms, the city is aware that some departments may be set to return unspent funds back into the fiscus, but this should only be a consideration after settling of municipal debt owed to them. City of Johannesburg's Nkosana Likojolo.
As the financial year end looms, the city is aware that some government departments may be set to return unspent funds back to the fiscus, but this should only be considered after settlement of municipal debt which is owed to the city. The city will have its doors remain open for intergovernmental coordination, but the situation cannot be allowed to impact negatively on service delivery to residents any longer. Government departments, like any other customer in the city, must prioritize settlement of their municipal accounts. They must pay their bills in full and on time.
Further afield, France's 2025 budget deficit has come in lower than expected. The country's statistics agency says the 2025 public accounts showed a fiscal shortfall of 5.1% of economic output, down from 5.8% in 2024. This was better than the government's forecast of 5.4%. The French government aims to cut the deficit to 5% as part of plans to bring the shortfall back in line with an European Union ceiling of 3% by 2029. And now taking a look at the indicators, $1 US in Nigeria is trading at 1,384 naira this morning. In Botswana, it's 13 pula 56. Kenya, the dollar is trading at 129 shilling and 6, and in Zambia, it's 18 kwacha 75. The BRICS countries, $1 in Brazil is trading at 5 real 23. Russia, 81 rubles 44. In India, it's 94 rupees and 8. China, 6 yuan 90, and South Africa, $1 is trading at 17 rand 4 cents. $1 is trading at 74 pence to the British pound and 86 to the euro. Looking at commodities, gold is trading at $4,435 per ounce, platinum at $1,859 per ounce, while the price of Brent crude oil is at $109.09 a barrel. And that's the business news. For any business stories you'd like to share with us, please do send us an email to newsroom@channelafrica.co.za or give us a call on +2711 714 4459. For the Channel Africa Business Desk, I am Bontle Headbush.
Business news on Channel Africa. The African perspective. Across Africa, communities rise with the promise of clean water and clean sanitation. The African Union's 2026 theme calls us to action.
It's about mobilizing real commitments, securing climate-resilient water and sanitation projects, and ensuring that water becomes a driver of sustainable development and prosperity across the continent.
A landmark moment, not only for Africa, but for the global movement for access to safe water for all.
Assuring sustainable water availability for every home, every village, every nation. This is the Africa we want.
Channel Africa, the African perspective.
We are on Open Views Audio Bouquet. Channel 628.
You're Peter Pan, you're no landing never. Have you ever felt this? Love someone selfish, sing to you like Brenda, love you just like Elvis. I can take you so high, I can be your shelter. He got you so blind, that's what they tell ya. I will treat you so right, go and meet your elders. Who can love you better? Who can love you better, baby? Darling, I wouldn't trade you for nothing. All the diamonds and gold don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing without you, girl. I need you in every way. You say your love gets me paid. All the money don't mean nothing to me. Don't mean nothing to me. I need you in every way. You say your love gets me paid. All the money don't mean nothing to me. Don't mean nothing to me.
See, I won't let the money mess with my vision. No, no. And I'll collect the memories, not the richest. There's just no concession for our connection, boy. See, I'm my elected, and this life here is in session. See, I need you for your direction. Cause there's love in the air, and I'm in love with the night. You take me into the sky, sky, sky. Ooh,
Oh, darling, 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 I wouldn't trade you for nothing. I wouldn't trade you for nothing, nothing. All the diamonds and gold don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. I need you in every way. You say your love gets me paid. All the money don't mean nothing to me. Don't mean nothing to me. I need you in every way. You say your love gets me paid. All the money don't mean nothing to me. Don't mean nothing to me.
Why so thick? Why so godly? Why you like this? What you put on me? I should've told you this from the start, I admit. But you gotta be patient with a God type shit. Why you don't?
Benjamin Moshatama and Palesa on the move.
Last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Bad. Bad. You go bow for the result, though. Nothing to discuss, oh. Cause I did win by default and without any doubt, though. I'm a me happy adult, though. I no go feed the girl. I no go feed the girl insult, though. I'm a mind that's you the talk, oh. I put my life into my job and I know I'm in trouble. She manipulate my love, oh. I know holy and I know that get boss. Like the Baba Frayo, my ayo. Don't cry, yo. I need to go and shayo. 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 Shayo. I need to go and shayo. I need to go and shayo. I need to go and shayo. I dey Port Harcourt when them kill Soboma. I dey try to buy moto, one Toyota Corolla. My feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Feelings been they swing like Django Lover. Now you crash your Ferrari for Lucky Bona. Now so much you remake could have been all over. My feelings today swing like Django Lover. Feelings today swing like Timbani Kachuru Achuru. I'm a white dog in Fenisu. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want me to do? Timbani Kachuru Achuru. I'm a white dog in Fenisu. Why you say I did nothing for you when if I do anything you want me to do? Maybe another time, maybe another life. You will be my wife and we'll get it right. Young cast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Have to say bye bye yo, to the love of my life, my ayo. Don't cry yo, I need to go and shayo. 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 I need to go and shayo.
super cool hip hop tunes in that double play. Burna Boy with Last, and before that trio just made a beautiful song there with one titled Whipped Shekinah, Nasty C, and Tell a Man. Smooth stuff.
Really smooth stuff. Just like the stuff we heard from Nomfundo Mo this morning. It was such a nice thing speaking to her, seeing her on the stream.
Yeah, catching up.
Yeah, just catching up.
Yeah.
She's so nice, but also there's a big sense of calmness about her. And I think it does really connect the fact that her upcoming album is called Femme Julia. And even though she's now this, well-known musician, she still gives off that very grounded vibe. And I love that about her.
What I love about her is that very same thing that you highlighted.
Yeah.
She's so relatable. She's easygoing. You can become a celebrity and then you just become something else. But she's just stayed grounded, like you say. It's just stayed simple.
Yeah.
In just the way she is with her fans, with her music, and it's great to see. If you missed that interview, we have it on our YouTube page at Channel Africa 1. You can always catch up right here on Channel Africa. It's 11:50 Central African Time.
The Morning Switch Weekend with the Shy Guy.
I Show Speed, often called Speed, who is a popular American YouTuber and live streamer known for his high-energy personality, loud reactions, and unpredictable humor. He visited Ethiopia, and he was shocked what he found out actually when he got to Ethiopia. He got to find out that, they don't use the Gregorian calendar. That is, we are in 2026 right now. And he got to find out they are in 2018.
2018? Nah, you trolling me. It's 2026. No. It ain't 2026? Wait, no. Wait, we in the past? Ronaldo is still in Real Madrid. Everything is in the past here.
Oh man, how shocked Speed was. He went back in time.
Saturday and Sunday mornings belong to the Morning Switch. 3 to 6 a.m. Central African Time. Palesa and Benjamin fuel your day with fresh African perspective on Channel Africa.
All right, we have Lulu Gabu here to let us know what's coming up on today's Africa Update. Morning, Lulu.
Good morning. So happy Friday.
Happy Friday. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you guys?
Doing good.
Great. So today we're going to be focusing on the UN Human Rights Council. They're holding an urgent debate on the protection of children and education institutions in international armed conflicts. It's always, if it's not a hospital or a clinic, or a food bank, it is the educational buildings, the structures. And at the end of the day, the people who end up suffering are children. So we're going to be focusing on that. And then the Human Sciences Research Council, through its Africa, BRICS and Global South research program, have examined policy reforms on women's rights in Mali.
Okay.
So we'll be unpacking all of that and more on Africa Update.
Really important conversations coming up on the Africa Update. So stay with us here on Channel Africa. Lulu Gabu will be taking you through those stories. But hey, it is Friday. Let's enjoy a little bit more music before we say goodbye as the On The Move team.
Start your day right with Channel Africa Breakfast.
That smells delicious.
Live, 5 days a week.
It's Legendary Beats.
They know my story. From old dog studio, I be hustle to work. Say, me do a legba, me and Siri. From old dog studio, we been hustle to work. Say, me do a legba, my people dead, my people suffer. Them they pray for blessing. Hey, me do a legba, my people dead. Them they pray for blessing, for better living. Yeah. got me thanking God for life. Oh, I can't explain. I can't explain. Yeah. I am feeling good tonight. This thing got me thanking God for life. I can't explain. I can't explain. Yeah. I say, near do ever. They know my story. From old dogs to you, I be hustle to walk. Say, near do ever. Oh, me and see it. From old dogs to you, we been hustle to walk. See, I kill a fool, mommy, yo. But to tomorrow, shadow. What I am, you want you was all.
What a tune that is. Wiz Kid, the street kid of Nigeria who became an international phenomenon. That one is titled Ujalegba. Taking us to the end of the show. It's been a good one.
Oh, what a beautiful Friday. Fridays are always amazing. All things art, music, culture. It's a good one indeed. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
All right, man. This one is for Palesa's mom. And, she's one of our biggest fans. 4 years of On the Move.
True.
She's always been consistently there. Thank you. And thanks to everyone, basically, who's just been following us on this 4-year journey. It's not the same without you. Thanks to those who've collaborated with us in different ways and those who've just loved on us. So, yeah, man, we leave you with this good one. Is Good Is Nice to open the weekend. Dem Tuda, the musical chef, and Emo. Until next time, God bless.
All things are good, all things are nice. Have a fantastic weekend. Goodbye.
Sunganthathisa semncane nami ngifuna ukuphuza masinyane ngizudala ngishade ngihlale naye kwaze kwamnandi kulo mhlaba ngicela Nkosi ungangithathisa semncane nami ngifuna ukuphuza masinyane ngizudala ngishade ngihlale naye kwamnandi kulaba ngicela Nkosi ungangithathisa semncane nami ngifuna ukuphuza masinyane ngizudala ngihlale naye kwaze kwamnandi kulo mhlaba ngicela Nkosi ungangithathisa semncane nami ngifuna ukuphuza masinyane ngizudala ngishade ngihlale naye kwase kwana
Tune in and turn up the volume. This is Channel Africa.
It is